Alright guys, welcome back to Southwest Louisiana Saltwater. Ashton here. Today I am actually on Holly Beach. I usually don't fish Holly Beach because it's a popular beach for swimmers, but it's a weekday, so I'm not expecting too many people to be out here. But today I have my 9-foot extra heavy spinning rod paired up with my Pin Slammer 10500 with a 100-pound braid. Not slammer, this is a spin fisher, but the 10500 with a 100-pound braid. Going to my 10-foot of 400-pound mono with my 6-foot of 270-pound braided cable. And right here I got me a nice fresh big chunk of Gafftop with a, I think that's a 16-aught circle hook in it. I've got the Kayak. I'm going to be dropping a big shark bait today. As well as dropping a shark bait, I got my 2 other rods here for casting for some reds maybe. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this bait ran out and see what we get hooked into. Alright guys, I just got back in from dropping the shark bait. As you can see, we got about half that spool completely out. So it's probably about 200 plus yards out maybe, which is just a rough guesstimate judging by the amount that's taken off the spool. And it might not look like much from here, but the swells out there are pretty big. Today they're far apart, so it wasn't too bad dropping, but they are pretty high. Camera doesn't really do it justice standing out here. That's why I didn't take y'all with me to drop the bait. As you can see, my kayak's way down there because at the direction of the swells, that's just the safest trajectory I had to take to enter. So the kayak's way down there, and that gives you a perspective about how actually strong the swells were pushing me back in. But we made it back. Shark rod's set. Now I'm going to get my 2 12-foot heavy rods set up with some casting leaders, and I got some frozen mullet to go on those. Got a lot of slack. I think there's something there. Yeah, there it is. What is that gonna be? Because it's just streaming drag. Just screamed out a lot of drag right there. Don't feel too heavy though. There ain't no telling what it's gonna be. Be a small red, small shark, big Gafftop maybe. Just don't feel too big. Feeling some head shakes. It's right there in the breakers. Haven't got to see it yet. What is it? We got a little shark, Come on, big guy, or little guy. I need you out those breakers. All right, get over here. Yeah, well, that's what I thought it was, for it to scream some drag like that. Huh. I'm not too sure what type of shark this would be. I don't think it's a black tip or a spinner. I'm not the best when it comes to identifying sharks. I hate working with these small ones. They're so flexible and squirmy. He's hooked perfectly in the corner of the mouth, so he didn't cut me off. Came out easily. I don't know what type of shark this is, and some sharks are protected, so I'm just going to go ahead and get him released as quickly as I can. If y'all know what type of shark he is, go ahead and let me know down in the comments. Just going to give this guy a big toss. Well, that gives me some hope for a big shark on the big rod down there, because if there's sharks this close in, there should be some bigger ones further out. All right, I was just inspecting my leader and make sure I didn't get no nicks or abrasions in it from that little shark, which is, you always want to inspect every leader just after about every fish, especially sharks, because they can, even their skin could really fray up some mono and braid. And I'm not seeing anything, so I'm going to go ahead and rebait this hook and get it back out. And I actually found a new hook that I like to use. I was using the owner of Reef and Rig hooks because they were just really good circle hooks, and I've had some of those hooks I used for years before I either broke them off and lost them, or they finally just got a little bit too worn down. But I picked these up. This is a Gamakatsu. I think it's a Big Cat circle hook. The reason why I kind of like it so much is it has a nice wide gap right here, so you can hook big cut bait on it pretty well and still have some hook exposure. And it is offset, so I really like it. Now, with it being offset, you might want to check your state regulations about offset circle hooks and stuff. Here on the, as far as I'm aware, it's perfectly legal to use offset circle hooks. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that one baited back up and back out. There's one other thing I forgot to mention about these hooks that I really like. They're a thin gauge wire, which means the actual shank and stuff of the hook isn't like a real thick gauge, but they still keep enough strength for just about anything you can hook, whether it be big redfish, smaller sharks. But what that thin gauge allows is it allows easier piercing of the lips, because a smaller diameter needle is gonna take less force to pierce the skin than a thick diameter needle, and that's the same principle here. So it's a decent hook, decently strong hook with a thinner wire, and it has a really nice point on it. I've only been using them for a couple weeks now, pretty much since the surf fishing season started, and I really have been impressed with them. And I think they're good hooks. So now they are kind of expensive. I think for a pack of 3 it's like $6 or $7, but that's about the same for the owner hooks I've been using too. Oh, we got some action on the big rod. I'm gonna get this one in real quick. Hopefully he stays there. Oh yeah, he's pill and drag. Just want to get this rod in out the way real quick. That's gonna be a good fish. He's still on there, pulling out drag. Looks like he's dropped it though. Reel in some of this slack, see if he's still there. Yeah, he's still on there. He's still there for sure. Just gonna wait, let him eat before I decide to set it on him. Yeah, he's running. It's a big bait, and I don't know the size of this shark, so I just want to make sure he's got it real well before I set that hook. He's just steadily peeling out some drag. All right. I just kind of want him to go for another good little run. then I'll set the hook on them in that run. Did he drop it? Might have dropped it. He either dropped it or he's coming in. I think he dropped it. Drop it, or is he still there? Yeah, he's still there. Tighten down on him. I got him. He feels nice and heavy. Now I just got to keep him pinned as I get all this line back in. He's decent size, but I don't think he's too big. He's not really putting up much of a fight on the line. Is he still there? I think he's coming in. Yeah, he's still there. He's just coming in. Just got to keep up with him. There he is. Yeah, come on. Get in here. He's not really putting up much of a fight, but there's a lot of weight behind him. Just felt the head shake. It's coming in again. I think he's still coming in. Come on, don't lose him. Keep pressure, gotta keep pressure. Whew. He's still a good ways out there. He keeps swimming in. He's swimming in, so he's not really putting up too much of a fight. But he is there, that's for sure. Just look at this extra heavy rod bending over. I got it put back in the rod holder now just to kind of give one of my arms a break. To lighten up that drag on him some. Whew. He's almost in. Come on. What are you gonna be? Be a big one. Come on. He's close. It's still weird because he still hasn't really gone for that many runs other than the initial one when he picked up the bait. I don't see him yet, but he is close. He's right there. I think I can see the swivel, the barrel swivel to the leader. Just gonna walk them down. It seems like it might be waking up a little bit. He's just right there outside the breakers. I can see the swivel to the leader. He's swimming back towards the left right now. Come on, get up here. I just seen a fin. Thinking black tip. Yeah, it looks like we might have a black tip. Decent sized little guy too. Come on, now you're going the right way. Go this way. All right, I gotta get a hand on that leader, pull him up. He does not like being up here. Gotta turn him back around. Come on. I'm at the leader. Can't reel no more than this. I just gotta grab that leader. All right, I got the leader. There we go. There's the big guy. Whew. Oh yeah, that's a nice size right here. Big old guy. He might not be a black tip. He might still be. Not quite sure. Just gonna go ahead and sit on him. Get this hook out. Right there in the corner of his mouth, just where you want it. Now I trimmed the barb off this hook to make the releases easier. Although this hook's being stubborn, even though it doesn't have a barb, it's still in there pretty good. All right, I think it just popped out. No. Oh, come on. You just barely hooked still. All right, got the hook out. Get a measurement on big guy here. Just got a little measuring tape. Keep them straight. Tape's at the nose, all the way to the tip of the tail. We're looking at 55 inches here. Is that it? Yeah, 55 inches. All right, I got my picture. I'm gonna let big guy go. Now when releasing sharks, you don't want to pull them backwards too much because they can drown. So if you can, you want to push them forward. Wait for the wave to come in. I'm holding him by his tail and his dorsal, just walking him out, and this is as far as I'm going with him. Wait for that wave, and I'm going to give him a big push, and he's gone. Let's go. He's right there. That's what I've been out here all day for. Just to give y'all a time perspective on that. I dropped that bait around 7:30 this morning. It is after 12 now. That is how long it took for that one bite. Man, I've been waiting all day for that. And the best part is they get bigger. The summer's just starting. That was a 55 incher. I want to try to break 6 foot this year. One of my goals. Now, don't get me wrong, that was still one of my biggest sharks from this area at 55 inches. That's still a respectable fish. And he didn't put up as much of a fight, but that just goes to show, that more or less goes to show the power of this setup more than the fight that fish had. I don't know, I don't remember if I said it in the beginning or not, but this is a 9 foot extra heavy spinning rod. It's rated for, I think it's 65 to 120 pound braid, and it's rated for 6 ounces to 16 ounces. I have that paired up with a Penn Spin Fisher 10500 with a 100-pound braid on it. And as y'all saw, it was just, that fish really couldn't put up much of a fight with it. He just kind of had no choice except to come in as I pulled him. Whew. Well, I'm so excited to have been able to, and grateful that I was able to land that shark. It was a really nice size at 55 inches. That's roughly, sorry, let me do some math real quick. 4.5 foot shark, I think. My math could be wrong. I kind of just had to do it real quick. So yeah, that was a good size right there for this area. I have hooked bigger. I have not really caught bigger in this area. I think last year I hooked about a 6 foot spinner that jumped and spit the hook. But yeah, the summer's just starting. It's only mid-May right now, and as summer goes on, the bigger sharks should be around more, and I'm going to continue to chase after them. It's just the conditions you need to kayak out baits is so specific. To do it safely, you need pretty flat, fair conditions, which is really what I had today. It really worked out, because I've actually been chasing, I've been on vacation all week. I've been chasing a shark of that size for days now, and this is the first one I got. So with all that said, I really hope y'all enjoyed that, because I sure did. And I'll go ahead and catch y'all in the next one.